Here we are. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm gonna do a short video and I'm gonna talk about farming, crops and animals and food for your settlements in general. And because I've seen a lot of people struggling in this version to have um, the crops rotation set and micromanage their settlements, and I've read a lot of people on Steam and Reddit and other forums complaining that they can't manage to have food for their settlements. I kind of decided to dedicate this video entirely to crops, to farming and to food. So let's dive in. When you first start the game, probably you lay down a couple of hunters, a couple of foragers, and two fishing shacks, and probably you ignore totally the farming. But uh, let me give you this advice. When I started my settlement, as soon as I placed down my first hunter and forager, I also laid down my first field, because for how much you want to try to manage with gathering enough food for your settlement, you will always struggle, and initially you will have problems with your laborers dedicating entirely to clearing the place, the plot, the lot where you intend to um, place your crops, but it's totally worth it in my opinion. So my advice for the beginners is, as soon as you start your settlement, start also with the crops and lay down one field that is not larger than 6 per 10. All my crop fields are 6 per 10. And why so? Because you can manage a field 6 per 10 with only 2 workers. You don't need many workers. As soon as you increase the field, you will have to assign more farmers, which is not ideal because you won't have many people. Also, in order to have your crops giving the maximum of yield, you will have to check the fertility. And checking the fertility, pushing your FK on your keyboard, you will see a very, very green piece of land. Initially will not be this green, will be less green. Let me check if I'm having something similar. Yes, like this piece of land here. When I first started, I had my crops laid down on similar plot where the field was this green. But yeah, if you can't manage to find this kind of green land, doesn't matter much, because as soon as you start to have compost yards, all the compost is automatically applied to your fields with the lowest fertility. And right now I'm having 5 compost yards, managing all those fields. These two here are the latest ones I just laid down for about a year or so, and already fertility rised, and with level its minimum rockiness it's down to 0, and I just started with it. um, about the crops rotation, this is what people are struggling most. I'm gonna show you my own crops rotation in order to keep up with the food. Right now I'm having 545 villagers, and I'm having 6 months of public storage food, mostly from crops and meat. And I'm gonna show you uh, what kind of crops I'm having, because a lot of my fields are dedicated to hay, like these two ones are entirely dedicated to producing hay for animals. For example, right now I'm having these villagers that I don't have houses for them. I'm gonna turn them away because I don't really have houses for them, and I don't intend to build anymore, because let me take a short break and show you my settlement. Uh, right now I'm having two market squares upgraded to level 2, covering as many houses as possible, and this is also the desirability on this area. Of course, I still need to activate. I'm having many um, decorations that I cannot activate yet because I cannot build, because in this game the biggest problem is the iron bars, and many decorations that are giving high desirability are requiring iron, like the flower arms, the statues, and so on. So I laid them down, and I'm waiting to activate them as soon as I'm gathering some iron, or when I can purchase them. For example, like right now, let me pause the game and see if there is anyone who's asking for something so I can purchase iron. I'm having tools, I just need iron. So I'm gonna sell some of these weapons for a quick cash, some of the clothes. Um, yeah, there is probably there was before one of the traders offering iron, but I missed it. Doesn't matter. So why I'm having so many expenses? Because I'm keeping up with barracks and horsemen. I'm having two cavalries and two barracks, and they cost quite a lot. But because I'm on the year 57, the armies that are coming, invaders, are quite big, and I can't afford to not have constantly my armies on. Also, I have 4 towers around my town center, um, with two archers, and that also costs a lot of gold. But I'm having enough gold so far from taxes and from selling goods to can afford to maintain all these soldiers. So back to our crops. I'm gonna show you my crop rotation. I'm gonna have to tweak some because I'm missing a bit of flax. Let's check. So right now I'm having only 400 flax fiber, and I need flax for clothes and for paper, for books, and I'm gonna have to increase the production of flax. I'm gonna show you all my fields with the crop rotations. Sometimes they gonna get disease like the turnip disease or the club root disease. I'm having no idea why this is having those two diseases, because usually you get this disease when you put two or more of the same category, but I don't have. So as long as it's not affecting my production, my yield, it doesn't bother me much. So far, um, you can see all my crops are having over the estimated yield that they should have, and this because they have weed level to zero, rockiness to zero, and they get constantly fertilized by my compost yards. So this one is producing um, beans, cabbage, wheat, and clover for maintaining. The clover is only for fertility purpose. It's not used by anything else. So when I'm checking my fields, I also manage the soil mixture for each crops. So right now for the high, it's the optimal soil mixture. For the beans also it's optimal, but for the cabbage it's not. As you can see, the yellow bar it's on yellow to red zone. So I might have to adjust this bar by adding some clay. So I'm dragging this um, arrow in order to make my farmers add some clay. As you can see, the number of clay increases, so when they start farming cabbage, they will add also clay in order to balance the soil mixture for cabbage. The same goes for the wet. I'm gonna drag towards the middle and will decrease the number of clay. And the same goes for each crops. Now I'm gonna show you all my fields. I'm having many animals, that's why I'm producing a lot of hay, and I'm also producing flax, as I said. This is the second. I'm producing beans and wheat. All my fields are only 2 workers, and they manage to work just fine. All my fields are 6 per 10. Sometimes instead of clover I'm pushing a worker so they can plow the field instead. and this maintains the weight level and rockiness in balance. Um, this is leeks, um, peas and roots, turnips. I'm having again problems with disease, but as you can see on the yield level, it's not affected by this disease. I need to fix the soil mixture for all the crops, and that's kind of it. And here, those 4 fields, all 4 of them are only high. Then down here I'm having the same leeks with cabbage and peas. Then kind of the same in here. I'm also having some buckwheat. Then I'm producing quite a lot of hay, as I said, and I'm producing a lot of rye and wheat, because I'm having 2 windmills that are producing flour, and this flour it's used by my 2 bakeries with 4 people working non-stop to produce bread, which is a luxury, and giving this luxury to my population, it's increasing the desirability of the houses. Uh, as you can see, it's the desirability is at maximum. They only wait for um, bricks, and I'm a bit struggling with the bricks. Right now I'm having 2 brickyards producing bricks, and they gonna become homesteads soon, mansions, not homesteads. This is about the crops. Then, as animals, I'm having 3 stables, all of them at maximum capacity. I just butchered a couple of them from each of the stable. When I started first time, I purchased only 2 horses, and I had only 1 stable. And from 1 stable, I managed to have 3 stables full of horses, and two cavalry stables that also have 12 horses each. Um, so each year these horses are populating, and the excess I'm cutting down, I'm butchering. The same goes for the cows. I'm having 5 barns, two here and 3 on this side, and the same goes. I'm gonna butcher some right now, and this produces a lot of meat. The next year I'm gonna have full population again. They are reproducing quite fast. And the same with the cows. I started by purchasing 2 cows, and I multiplied them until I got so many that I can't really manage. I need a lot of wheat for them, a lot of hay Then I have 3 goat barns, and also they are at full capacity, and I need to butcher because for some reason they don't get butchered as I'm asking them, and I'm always struggling with the food if I don't do it manually. Then I'm also having 3 chicken coop, and they also produces a lot of meat other than producing eggs, of course. And I'm also um, butchering 2 of each. And all this meat, of course, it's giving a lot of food, but also a lot of waste. Now, if I'm starting the game I paused before, you will see that the food in the stores will increase drastically in just a few moments. And I still didn't started with producing cheese. I still need to invest points on this production of cheese. This is my um, knowledge, points invested in the knowledge. So if you wonder how and in what I invested points, this is my knowledge tree. Um, I need to remember what I was about to invest on. Um, I think I was this state somewhere. Um, yeah, something like this, somewhere like this. I have no idea what is the guild hall because this is something new, and before I'm activating it, I'm gonna wait a bit. I might have to go with brewery and start producing beer because I have 2 pubs that are waiting for beer to get activated. So, regarding food, I'm having also 3 orchards working at full capacity, and in order to increase the fertility of um, the soil and have max yield from each orchard, what I did was taking the grazing area of these cows, the barns, and placing it above the orchards. So um, not only the cows have a better fodder bonus, but also the orchard are getting very good soil fertility to produce their fruits. So what I'm doing with all these fruits is I'm having I'm producing glass. This has been destroyed by the last riders, and I'm still rebuilding it because usually the riders are coming from this side. And this glass maker is helping me producing the the what is it? Not sure where is. I forgot where I place it. the I'm preserving. Um, yeah, here it is. The preservist. As you can see, it's missing glassware because the building has been destroyed. I should um, prioritize this so they move faster. Because iron is a problem, every time a building requiring iron is destroyed, it's struggling to be rebuilt. And this because I need developers. If any of you watching this video, please do something about production of iron, because I'm having plenty of iron, but I cannot produce iron bars. Like I'm having uh, 3 foundries and 2 foundries upgraded, which have become smelteries, all dedicated to produce iron bars, because I don't have gold. And all those 5, with so many people working non-stop to produce iron bars, are producing only 40 bars of iron per year, which is very, very low. When for example, I'm having all those buildings are requiring a heavy tool, and the heavy tool requires 50 iron bars, and those heavy tools are getting destroyed very, very fast. And I'm having one blacksmith focusing only on heavy tools, while another blacksmith is focusing on tools and weapons and heavy weapons. And it's not enough. I mean, I cannot produce enough um, stuff, because iron is also required in the cooper for barrels. The barrels are absolutely necessary for the root cellars in order to preserve the food. Um, the iron is required in a lot of buildings, other than being required in the decorations, and I'm absolutely struggling. I'm not sure how can I manage better than this to produce iron bars, except purchasing them from the trader, which is not ideal, because I should be able to produce my own. I have a lot of iron deposits on this map, a lot, but it's useless, because even if I'm producing a lot of iron, uh, it's not a question of producing the iron as much as producing iron bars. And I cannot dedicate half of my adult population only on producing iron bars, which it's really absurd. So I need to purchase them from the trading center, and this is my only complaint I'm having with this game so far, with this version of the game, because this is an issue from this official version, not from before. I never had this issue before. So I guess that's kind of it. Um, Other than this, I'm having 3 or 4 hunters, 3 or 4 gatherers, but I'm focusing my gatherers on gathering willow and roots and medical plants like this one, for example. Uh, it's medicinal roots and patch of herbs that are also medicinal plants, and willow, which has been already gathered. So my gatherers are dedicated entirely on gathering these kind of products. Um, Other than that, I'm having 8 fishing shacks that are producing a lot of fish on several lakes to not over fishing. So the fish is constantly up, and this is how you manage to never run out of food, so you don't have to buy it from the trader. And in this way, the villager happiness never goes down, it's always up, and also can manage to employ all your gold on maintaining up the the army, because so far I didn't build any walls, any gates, even if the last riders were like 160 riders with um, battery rams and heavy tools, heavy weapons, but I still managed to destroy all of them outskirts of the town in this zone, and they never managed to enter the town to destroy the houses or any other buildings. So probably later on I'm gonna have to build the walls and manage my town differently, but so far I didn't feel the need to do so. And in conclusion, this was the crops rotation. I'm gonna show you once again all of my fields. All of them require only 2 farmers per field. Um, I might expand with more fields. That's why I set grazing um, area outskirts. As you can see, in this field I'm having only one worker because gathering high is not very difficult, so it's not taking very much time. And now I had all these barns grazing on this area around, so I have the fertility of the soil very very high, so I can expand eventually my crops on this side of the town. um, that's kind of it. If any of you have any more questions or wants to know how I manage my settlement or any other um, curiosity, mm, please feel free to ask me in the comments, and I'm gonna be happy to um, help you with whatever you need to have answer to. And that's kind of it. Thank you very much for watching and for joining my channel. And if you like my content, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe, and see you next time. Bye.